What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Cancer sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of June 21st and July 22nd, then you are a Cancer sun sign, and this video is for you. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the month ahead for the month of September for all my Cancerian friends. This is going to be an informative reading that's going to tell you what past, present, and future energies you have swirling around you, what to hold on to and let go for the month of September, as well as any lessons and obstacles you're likely to face. Basically, this spread is designed to give you all the information you need to have the best September possible. Remember, this is going to be a general overall reading, so not everything's going to apply to everybody in a specific ways. But if you want the specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your energies and hit up my Etsy shop. The link is in the description and in the card, and there's a bunch of different spreads you can choose from, including this one. Let me introduce you to my crystal allies today. I've got my sodalite sphere here, which I have next to me for every reading. And I also brought some carnelian. This is a carnelian sphere, and carnelian resonates with the sacral and the root chakras, and it's great for creativity and for love and for energy. So we're going to get an energy boost from that crystal. Today we're going to be using the Hobbit Tarot. This is a tarot deck based on The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. You don't have to be into the Tolkien mythology in order to understand and get the most out of this deck. So I would appreciate it now, at this moment, if you would give me a second to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies surrounding Cancer for the month of September? What are the energies surrounding Cancer sun signs for the month of September? Alright, that ought to do it. I will cut the deck. Where I put it. And we'll deal out 8 cards. Alright, while we are at it, I'm going to consult the Nature's Whispers Oracle and ask it what message it has for Cancer sun signs for the month of September. What message for Cancer sun signs for the month of September? Alright, and we'll look at that card at the end. Okay, let's see what we have here. I do see a couple major arcana. Ooh, actually a few, more than a few. So we do have some major arcana going on here, which signals to me right off the bat that there's some big things happening in your lives. I see a lot of swords, and a couple of cups. So we'll see what these cards have to say as a whole. But first we're going to look at them individually and see what they're telling us. This first card here represents the energies of last month, so the energies of August, and we've got the Hermit. I get the feeling that August was a time for you guys to kind of stay close to yourselves. You're kind of maybe withdrawn from your friends and family a little bit. If not physically withdrawn, then maybe emotionally and maybe even mentally. Kind of just a little bit withdrawn, a little bit more into the self. I can see maybe a lot of you not expressing your true emotions to other people as much as you usually do maybe in the month of August, and you're just taking time out from your life to kind of get centered, get grounded, understand the self a little bit more. So I do feel as though August was a little bit of a quiet time for a lot of you, where it was just a time of quiet introspection is the feeling I'm getting. Remember, this is a general overall reading and it's not going to apply to everybody, so take what works for you. Yes, but that is the feeling I'm getting for August. Now as we move into the present time, this card represents the present energies, and we've got the King of Cups. So definitely a transition here. When you think of the Hermit, you think of withdrawn. But when you think of the King of Cups, you think of open and in touch with their emotions. So I get the sense here that there's a little bit of a metamorphosis, a little bit of a change that's occurring at this time. This could be as a result of the solar eclipse that occurred recently, or it could be for a whole number of different reasons. But I do get the feeling that right now you're feeling a little bit more open, and you're willing to share a little bit more with others, and you're coming out of that hermit phase. I feel like that a lot of you felt in August. So this is more of a coming out celebration right now, and yes, definitely more in touch with emotions and maybe understanding the emotions. Maybe the time spent asking yourself those tough questions has helped you to get in touch with your emotions, and that's what I'm starting to see now. This card here represents the energies of next month, so the energies of September, and we've got the Temperance card. Okay, now I'm getting the feeling that now is the time for you guys to kind of understand those emotions. A lot of emotionality coming from these three cards right now. I get the feeling that you're starting to look at the dark side of things, whereas right now you're starting to get more in touch with your emotions and to understand them more. I think in this month of September is going to be a time for you to kind of try to understand the darker aspects of yourself and try to acknowledge and learn from the darker aspects. These are the shadow sides to us, our jealousy, our fear, our hatred, all the negative emotions that we all carry with us. I think September is going to be a time for you to look at those and try to balance those out with all the positive emotions that you're feeling at this current time. So we're going to see definitely some balancing taking place, or attempted balancing trying to take place in September, where I feel like there's a lot of emotion going through a lot of you guys right now, and September is going to be a time to try to balance those emotions and try to live a life where you're not focused on the negative emotions too much, is kind of the feeling I'm getting. All right, let's move to this card over here. This card represents what to hold on to in the month of September. We've got the Eight of Swords. Okay, what they're saying here is, if you are feeling a little bit trapped this month, if you're feeling like you are kind of trapped is probably the best word to use to describe it, but if you're feeling like the world around you is not really conforming to your desires, I think this card is saying that you need to realize that that is your fault, because you have created this reality through your belief systems. And when I see this card here, I see someone who's kind of enslaved, but they don't need to be. They could get out at any time they want, but there's that, the prisons that we build for ourselves based on our own ego. What I mean by that is you'll start telling yourself something that is negative, and you'll start telling this to yourself over and over and over again until it becomes a belief system, until it's true to you. And now you've just created a self-limiting belief out of nothing, just out of a single ego thought. And I think that's what this card is warning against. Don't allow that to happen. If you do feel like you feel constrained this month, if you feel like you're trapped in a box, realize that you've put yourself in that box, and you can also pull yourself out of it. So try to avoid that. Try to nip those in the bud before they come up. Try to catch those negative ego thoughts before they become belief systems. But also you can do some shadow work, as this Temperance card shows. In September, there's going to be a time for shadow work, and part of shadow work is trying to dissolve those self-limiting beliefs that we create through our ego. So focus on that for the month ahead. This card here represents the biggest hurdles we're likely to face in the month of September. We've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so we're transitioning here from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. Okay, your biggest obstacle is going to be checking those ego thoughts, just like I just talked about. Whereas the Eight of Swords is about feeling trapped by your own ego, the Nine of Swords is allowing those negative ego thoughts to get the best of you. We see here, this is after the battle of 5 armies, and if you're into the Tolkien sort of thing, this is after the battle of 5 armies, and they're just kind of it was an ego battle. It was a battle of 5 different groups of people, all with different ego thoughts of what they wanted. And at the end of the battle, everyone's just, it's just a nightmare, right? It's like people are dead or dying. No one got what they wanted. It was just a fight for no reason, and I think that's going to be something that you need to avoid this month, allowing those negative ego thoughts to get the best of you. So we really got to focus on catching them before they become belief systems, Cancer friends, because it's so easy to let negative thoughts infect us. And if we do allow that, then it's going to be a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of battles, a lot of just negative energy that comes with that, and we don't want that. So that's going to be your hurdle, is getting past those ego thoughts that are going to be self-limiting in some way. All right, this card here represents what to let go of in the month of September. We've got the Queen of Cups, strangely enough. Give me a second to go into this card. Oh, interesting. Okay. This card is saying that what you need to let go of this month is those emotions where you feel like you should be pitied or you should be worshipped. Desiring love from others from in a negative way is kind of the best way I can say that. Is rather than having self-love, I think what a lot of us will do is we'll look for things outside of us to love us, because we don't love ourselves, so we need love from someplace. So we'll look outside of us for love. We'll try to steal that love any way we can. We'll try to make ourselves seem pitiful. We'll try to make ourselves be sad for no reason, just so that we can get attention and love from other people. And I think this card is saying this is not positive. This is not what we need to be doing. In order to receive love, you have to first love yourself, everything about yourself. And if you have that self-love, then the universe will shower love upon you. But before that happens, you have to realize how beautiful you are, how unique you are, how special you are, and how much power you have inside of you. And it all comes from our thoughts about ourselves, but also our feelings about ourselves. So definitely seeing a trend here with these cards. A lot of our thoughts, Cancer friends, a lot of your thoughts are going to be kind of self-damaging. A lot of self-damaging thoughts coming in is the feeling I'm getting, and we're really going to have to do away with those and do away with the emotions that come with them and start living a more positive life of where we really truly love ourselves. Okay? This card here represents the energy of the people around you in the month of September, and we have the Lovers. Just to remind you that this is about the energy of all the people in your life as a whole. Of course, individuals are going to have different types of energies, but as a whole, the people in your life, I feel, are going to be very supportive of you this month in September. They're going to be wanting to see you succeed. They're going to be wanting to help you. You're going to have a great support group, I feel like, and these people are going to be looking out for you and helping you in any way that they can and supporting you. So I think this is a very, very good card to get, and especially for those of you in a romantic relationship, I think your partner is going to really be there for you this month. So if you feel like opening up to someone, that would be a great place to start. If you don't have a significant other, then whoever's closest to you in your life is going to be very supportive of you this month, I feel like. So hold on to those people and definitely allow them to love you, but remember that you got to love them back. That's how it works. Got to keep it open, okay? This last card here represents the biggest lesson we're likely to learn, Cancer friends, in the month of September, and we've got the Six of Wands. Okay. Okay, this card to me is saying that the message that you're going to have to understand is it's time to take control yourself. It's time to maybe stop following. It's time to start leading, and more specifically, start leading yourself to victory. Dependence on others is a great thing, and it helps us in many ways, but it also hurts us getting in touch with our truest, higher selves. So any dependence you have on other people is going to be the source of lessons for you this month of September, where I think a lot of you are going to start to learn that you don't need other people as much as you might think. You're so strong yourself, and it's just a matter of changing up your beliefs. So looking back at this spread, definitely a theme or several themes going on here. I do feel like August was a time for you to kind of go into your shell a little bit, not in a bad way. I mean, going into your shell is great for self-understanding. And I think that's what happened in August for a lot of you. But now, currently, I see more coming out a little bit and of being more expressive, being more emotional. But moving into September, I do see some of those darker emotions starting to surface, and you're gonna have to figure out how to balance those. And this is almost something that's going to be out of your control. I mean, these emotions are going to come up whether you want them to or not. And it's best to look at them objectively and not place any negativity on them, and understand why these dark emotions are here, because they're going to help you grow. As far as what you should hold on to is the realization that a lot of any sadness or any limitations that you feel, it has been caused by you. You've created it, and you've created it through your ego mind. And if you can create those things, you can uncreate them. But more accurately is you can start creating from a place of more positivity. So you're not going to undo what you've done, but you can, moving forward, you can start to create a better life that's more in alignment with who you are by living more in alignment with who you are and getting rid of some of those ego thoughts, which are going to be an issue for you. Those ego thoughts are going to be just coming fast and furious, and it's going to be very important for you this month to kind of rifle through them and try to transmute them into positivity whenever possible. So if you have a negative thought, think about the positive aspect of it, right? So that's going to help you immediately. So I lost my job, negative thought, right? But the positive side is, I didn't like that job anyway. I now have the time, energy, and reason to find a better job, and a new, better job is going to fill the hole where the old one has left it. So that's a positive way of thinking about things. Try not to suck out energy from other people. Try to realize that you need to self-love rather than to receive love from other people in order to feel vindicated, in order to feel worthy. The love has to come from within, and then it will come from without, not the other way around. You're not going to fill up a hole inside of you by taking in energy from other people. It's just not going to work. And the people around you will be supportive. Try not to be vampirific. Try not to suck their energy out without giving them some energy in return. So definitely share the love with those people who show you love this month, because I do feel like the people in your support group they're going to be there for you this month. And the biggest lesson that you have to learn, of course, is that you can do this. You have the power, you have the strength, you have the initiative to get to the next plateau of your life without the help of other people. And I think that's going to be the lesson that you need to learn, is people are here to help you. They're not here to do it for you. So I think you're going to come into your own this month. You're going to start to realize your power, and that is a truly beautiful thing. All right, before we go, we asked the Earth Magic Oracle what message it had for my Cancer friends for the month of September, and we've got Shaman, Ancient Healing Wisdom. This is perfect. A perfect card to describe and tie this all together, what I've been saying. In order to heal the exterior world, you have to first heal the interior. The exterior world, the world that you see with your five senses, smell and taste, that world has been created because of how you feel inside. And this card is saying that the message for September is it's time to heal the inside so that the exterior starts to reflect that healed aspect of you. Rather than unconsciously creating, or rather than consciously creating negativity, I think, Cancer friends, it's time for you to consciously start creating from a place of positivity. Yes, creating from a place of positivity means that you have to look at those negative, dark aspects, and you have to learn from them. And a lot of people think that in order to create a happiness, you just have to ignore all the negative emotions, all the negativity you feel. But it couldn't be further from the truth. In order to heal, you have to pick apart those negative things and learn from them and transmute them, and then you're going to heal. You got to get real to heal, and it can only come from within and not from without, okay? So that is the reading for this month. I hope you enjoyed that and got something out of that. Remember, this is a general overall reading. If you want the reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your specific energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description below and in the card. You can just click on that. You can get this reading or any number of other readings for yourself to get to the bottom of any issues that you might have. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. I really appreciate it, and it shows me that I did something right and you got something out of it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings and all readings, so I'll keep those comments coming. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I release these Tarotscope videos bi-monthly, and I also sprinkle a bunch of videos in between, so you don't want to miss out on any of that. Alright guys, that is the reading. Cancer friends, there's going to be some darkness that you need to figure out, but once you do, you are going to be manifestating. Oh baby, it's going to be beautiful. Alright, so leave a like if you enjoyed that. Happy taroting. Have a great month. Peace.